Hello everyone. We are back with more Honkai Star Rail 3.4 story. Last time was a time. Actually, there's a lot of times. About 33 million-ish times have happened. And, yeah, that's... it's all, a lot happened. A lot of lore, a lot of yap. A lot of good stuff, though, and, yeah, hello, CJ and Box. Hello. Welcome to see, hope you enjoy your stay. Free if it gets done tonight. I hope so. Because I won't be able to, touch this game again for like a week. Because I'm heading to New York City on Thursday this week. Should be a good old time. Oh, excuse me, good old time. Everyone else is doing well. And, actually, I kind of want to get this out of my brain, like, right now. So I'm just gonna... Pot Shadow stopped giving me free sustain. Still did a sustain as Boot Hill speed run. Nice. Anyway, I'm gonna change... Let's see here, where's my sources? Okay, there we go. I want to change it to this really quick. Because I had this idea for potential art. Somebody could steal this if you want. Be my guest. So, like, I want... So, I was thinking about this. That it's like, okay, I want, like, we'll just already call it out right here. We're gonna, like, this is Lygus, right? We have Lygus. And I want him in, like the thinker pose. Like, you know, he's got his arm, he's contemplating life and whatnot. I don't remember what the other arm does. But, you know, he's sitting, right? He's definitely stanced up. And I think it'd be really funny if he was just like... If he was just like sitting on a fence post. Because a quiet, logical man like him would be the ultimate fence sitter. And I thought about this, and I really hope somebody draws this one day. Because I did a quick Google search and nothing came up, so no one has thought of this idea yet. Only an intellectual can be as true neutral as I am. He was watching Explore the Memories. Yeah, so... I really hope I could just, like, manifest this idea to some artist. I mean, fuck, I might just, like, commission it. I don't know. I think it's a solid idea. Just Lygus doing the thinker pose fence sitting. Anyway, let's get back to the game. Let's get back to the game. Anyway, my technique does, cool stuff. What does it do?
Light up the dark.
Cool, you hit the wrong thing. Oh, they get sucked into black holes. Perfect. No, I don't get my doobly uses. Oh, whoops. Yeah, Dawnmaker's like a bigger sword than I thought it was. Hey, fellas. Not interested.
Oh. Nice moves.
Okay, no, she said it more like a... Like it was a combination between like being like a nerd and a bitch. I think I'm leaning more towards just like nerd.
We just washed it away and here it comes again.
Because,
The black tide is really no joke.
Because I was just thinking like, okay, you have someone that's like, that like conventionally attractive looking, and she's just like a dork that's like, well, actually, she has that voice.
Light up the dawn.
Big fan of Highlands. I wish she was not part of the least fun damage type archetype. Hey, Kafka's and Dot. What do you mean?
The waters end here.
Kafka's the
one you
best.
seek is beyond this point.
Oh damn! I realize that her Jess is a fish tank.
At last, I can meet with Her Majesty Saridra herself.
73. That is pretty ladies, I admit it, but I can look them up on Google. Oh god. Oh, she had to rip a job.
I need to observe.
Yeah, why yeah, why get a waterbed when you could just date one?
Don't kneel, don't do the hand-kissing or foot-kissing gestures of the old dynasty, and most of all, don't bow. The Imperator despises such rituals, especially when the heads of those taller than her bend beneath her crown.
Imperator? Not Imperator?
She really is down to earth.
The second thing to note, only trusted ones may come near her. Keep 5 paces distance until the Imperator allows otherwise.
That still doesn't sound right.
Sounds like an old friend of mine.
Well, experience is a good thing. Stay sharp, and you'll be just fine.
Where is it? Where's my meme? There's my meme. Well, there might not be as much Cyrene this time, so...
So this was my childhood dream, huh?
He kept that paper for a while. Good for him. But yeah, there's probably won't be that much Cyrene this time, so Mr. Kozlana here is gonna have to hard carry. You have to hard carry to get to that get to that 100. Oh wait, no, Aglaia will pitch in for sure.
Weaver. Little hostage. Apologies for keeping you waiting.
Hostage? That's a nickname.
It's you.
You know them? Good. That makes things easier.
Before that, I'm more curious about one thing.
To avoid any misunderstandings, nameless Swordmaster. Although we spoke and laughed along the way, I never said you were entitled to meet her.
We laughed?
The Imperator decreed. The Deliverer will not appear in this age. Be wary of suspicious individuals.
The Deliverer will not appear in this age?
Come now, both of you. Let's finish our job.
What do you mean by that?
I see. It's a trap. I had no intention of fight. So remember this, Lady Hysealans. If my sword shows any hesitation, don't thank me. Thank them instead.
No, you misunderstand. We don't want to see Chrysoceres hurt each other. Just give us some time to ask you a few questions.
You ever notice how massive his hands are? I mean, all men that have, like, that body type have big hands, do they not?
Nestia's golden threads will judge you and decide your fate.
No, not this shit
As
again.
you wish.
I mean, this is the first time we're seeing this.
White-haired Swordmaster? If what you say is true, then you must know the fate of the world. So, how much do you know about what we read from the prophecy?
Speak of Tribby's prophecy.
You shall shatter into 1,000 fragments and wither in the soil of foreign lands. Is that correct, Lady Treby?
Never paid attention to it until I saw him hand a chest stick next to Siren doing the same time. Well, most male characters, they don't actually do the hand to chest. They do the arms crossed, so it's like their hands are covered. It's not obvious.
How is this possible?
He got it right?
Hey, what can I say? He just knows.
Yes, but
He's a knower.
the prophecy never mentioned he'd appear here. At least, not in this era.
You must listen to me, Aglaya, Treby. The Phainon of this world has not yet been born. In a distant future, he will follow the prophecy's guidance and appear before you. But do not seek him out, because Era Nova is a complete and utter lie. I will tell you the truth, and you will understand why the world must forsake the prophecy and find another path to Era Nova.
74?
Because I know both of you, and I believe that no matter how the course of history may change, the faith we all share will always remain the same. And so, the layers of rock began to reverse, and history wove itself anew. Through my old acquaintances, I was given the chance to meet the leader of the Flame Chase journey, Surit. And after a long and arduous negotiation, we came to an agreement. The Imperator's alliance needed the destruction, and I was ready to pour all my strength into it. The spoils of the Flame Chase, the core flames, would be sealed by my hand. But the condition was this. In the upcoming battle, in our conquest of the Earth, I had to prove that my power could transcend fate. In the original history, there was a brutal war. At the end, the Titankin of Georios, Terravox, killed the rampaging Titan and took the core flame that supported the Earth.
In the original history.
But this time, Amphoreus encountered a turning point in its fate. Neither side suffered any losses. When I severed the Titan's head and raised the core flame high, the crowd gathered around the scorched remains of the god, roaring with joy, cheering for the hero of the destruction, who had ignited the faint spark of life for the first time. Yes, in that flickering light, the once dark path ahead seemed to become clear. I proved myself, and in the long years that followed, I brought down the other Titans, one by one. I could do more than just wait. When time resets, the chance to change the world also emerges from the lines of history. Until finally, the brutal future revealed by Era Nova is reversed.
So is this a timeline where he killed all the other Titans? So is he like the... oh yeah, well... yeah, because when we went through this time, there was like nobody there. Well, there's like no other like core flames vanquished. So he's kind of like going around doing it himself.
If that's truly the case, why are we doomed to the same outcome?
The first turn recurrence end. Oh god, there's two of me. Or wait, no, there's not two. There's not two of him. There's a Kozlot and a Phainon. They're totally different.
Kept their promise and handed you all the core flames. In this world after Trebios, no demigods were born in Amphoreus. At this point, I just want to know. When they vanished into the black tide with their mortal bodies,
75.
why didn't you shed even a single tear?
Because he's seen them die a few times. Maybe.
Your indifference chills me. To you, were they just a bunch of insignificant footnotes? Sorrow has been my constant companion. In fact,
76.
with 12 core flames upon me, the fire in my heart has never been more violent. I'll remember this world through anger. As long as I burn, they'll never truly leave me. Perhaps it's already too late. But you're right. Anger, at this moment, is the only weapon I can rely on. So, draw your sword, Executioner. I'll make sure you realize that your greatest mistake was leaving me alive. After that, he raised his sword and attacked. Then, Kaslana killed himself.
Pretty impressive killing yourself and living.
That day, who fell to the sword to be left in the past, and who went into the future, I can't remember anymore.
Wait, that day who fell to the sword to be left in the past, and who went into the future.
I only remember a nymph, hiding in the shadows just out of sight, futilely pushing a stone ball.
Bro's trying. The hand on the chest sends some vibrations. Only the cam's gonna detect and deliver some text. That's how he can. That's how he can tell how Kozlot is feeling. He puts hand to chest and he's like, oh, he's indifferent. Whoa. And then Phainon does, and Kozlot is like, whoa, he's the pussy. God, I hate me.
Fall. Climb. Fall. Climb again. And fall. The only freedom the nymph had was in choosing how to roll the stone. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow. Sometimes resting on a gentler slope, leaning against the stone for a break.
It's okay, Rocky. You can go when you want.
But its choice couldn't change the futility of it all. The stone would always roll back down the slope, and the nymph would always return to the starting point, beginning again. After that, every time I reached this point in the cycle, the burning sky would cast a shadow over its path. it would nearly reach the peak at the 4th quint of curtain fall hour, then fall to the starting point in the first 15 seconds of the next entry hour. And my efforts in this cycle would dissolve into nothing at the same time.
Turn to occurrence number 1. Subject Kozlana persuaded the 12 Chrysosairs to recover all 12 core flames in a peaceful way. After verification, the unauthorized access did not have a substantive impact in the experimental process. Life cycles of the 12 Chrysosairs were terminated strictly in the predetermined experimental sequence and successfully loaded into the buffer. Subject Kozlana regressed the extrapolation process, and abnormal fluctuations were detected in his mind function. Admin notes: the first devastating failure. And we get a bunch of them. Cool. Number 2, Subject Kozlana adopted a similar strategy to occurrence number 1. No substantive impact in the experimental progress was observed. Life cycles of 12 crosses are terminated normally in sequence. Subject Kozlana regressed the extrapolation process. Number 3. Minor adjustments detected in Subject Kozlana's strategy. Decision weighing for avoid sacrifice of past companions has been increased. After verification, this adjustment did not have a substantive impact on the experimental progress. Life cycle 12 crosses terminated normally in sequence. Subject Kozlana regressed the extrapolation process. Hope you like reading. I adore reading. Alright, so we're just skipping to 15. Subject Kozlana attempted to decompile the Black Tide for the first time to elevate access privileges and execute unauthorized access authorization operations against specific subjects represented by the 12 Chrysos heirs. Life cycle of the 12 Chrysos are terminated normally in sequence. Subject Kozlana regressed the extrapolation process. And number 2, Subject Kozlana's 11th attempt to breach the Scepter's core layer has failed. The decision weighing for avoid sacrifices of past companions showed a minor decline. Let's say terminated in the sequence, so the regress extrapolation process. So occurrence number 133. Nelson's observations for internal occurrence 83 to 133 indicates that Subject Kozlana's strategy is gradually converging with that of eternal occurrence number 42. Over synchronicity risk detected, potential cognitive function degradation suspected. His notes: this will undoubtedly reinforce the Iron Tomb's destruction vector. Within expectations, no intervention required. Continue observation. And I can't believe that my stream title of Trauma Build Character is actually true. I mainly did it as a joke, because I figured, oh, he's just gonna do time cycle shit. That's all I knew. But no, they're just subjecting him to millions of occurrences of trauma, to the point where Kozlana just became the Flame Reaver. Now behold the ringer. There occurs number 134. This is really just like a 1-2 skip a few.
Absolute nonsense.
Hey. The original ore farmer in Amphoreus.
I thought cycles was the answer you were looking for.
No. It's just that the answer came so suddenly. There was no fun in tracing it back to its roots. Eons? Paths? What a load of nonsense.
What is this bullshit?
I can't
Sci-fi
give you an exact
tiny whiny.
explanation of those two concepts either.
Enough. I'm just expressing my frustration. Don't you understand? I was already expecting this. The Black Tide came from beyond the sky. And everything else is no exception.
Guys, there's enemies behind you.
Fate is a strange thing. No matter how the details of history change, the Anaxa I know always remains as harsh as ever.
If the other Anaxagoras actually worshipped the gods, I'd make sure to find a way to break the cycles and crush them in their cradles.
Yeah, that kind of information was just thrown to me. I wouldn't believe it either right away. Well, especially for Anaxa too, right? Who was very, you know, very knowledgeable about the rules of this world, and then someone just being like, how about this stuff that are also rules? And he's like, no, I'm right, you're wrong.
Too bad. Now only you have the ability to do that.
I refuse to change my stance when new knowledge is presented.
What's that supposed to mean? You're willing to help?
Of course. The core flames were meant to save the world. And in my opinion, the noble titans have no reason to refuse. Besides, according to you, before stepping into these endless cycles, you were my pupil.
I've already heard the same thing countless times.
Enough chit-chat.
134 times to be precise.
If we run into any other scholars, leave them to me. We've all made preparations for total annihilation. Never thought someone would step in to help.
Light up the dawn.
I've got no time to deal with you. You're just gonna have to go.
Light up the dawn.
You've been to the Luminary Throne before, haven't you?
If you're talking about in past cycles.
You're already much luckier than the other students.
What's up with the music change?
Hold up. Keep your wits about you. Someone's watching us.
Don't worry about her. She's just fucking around.
Pretty boy, your eyesight's better than I thought. As for that false god who's been turning the world upside down, it's you, isn't it, white hair?
From one white hair to another.
You sure do love stealing the spotlight. In the name of the Seven Sages, I demand that you immediately step away from the Luminary Throne. This is the sacred ground of reason, and no one may desecrate it. Take my words back to Aglaya. I won't say the same thing twice, Catgirl.
Oh my! You won't even call me the demigod of trickery. That is just heartbreaking. I have some words for you, too. First, as one of the most heretical blasphemers in the world, you have no right to lecture me. Second, this is none of your business, Grove Boy. Step aside. I don't want anyone getting hurt.
Here we go. Again.
Core Flame thieves. You really think you can scare off a sage of the Grove with nothing but empty threats?
This gloomy little brat's got a sharp tongue. Ooh, not bad, not bad. I kinda like you. As a return favor, please don't search this core flame right here. Aw, don't cry now.
That was close. I'm out of here.
How often have we done this? Hey, Grove boy.
They're exactly like all the past ones I've known. Cunning. And yet so naive.
Sounds like you have a plan.
Of course. When I first set out on the flame chase journey, Lady Treby never managed to teach me Orynyx's miracle. But along the way, I learned a thing or two.
I think he's doing a hand to chest, so tentatively 77.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
The Venerationists' foolish inventions finally come in handy.
How is this possible?
Never seen his model look like that,
You've
though.
arrived, Zacharias. Always so punctual.
Tentatively 78?
What? Do you know who I am?
I'm running out of patience. So I'm not going to waste words. Listen up, spirit thief. Hand over the core flame, and let's pretend we never clashed. This way, you and this world can still be saved.
Save? You sing better than any bard. If you ask me, you're the greatest disaster Amphoreus has ever known. No
He
matter how
knows.
strong you are, you're still just a mortal body. Carrying 12 core flames? Don't make me laugh. You'll just get consumed by the divine flames and drag this world down with you.
All the way to the left, you can see Cypher. Very, very faintly, you can see her. In case you can't quite tell, there she is. Right there.
134.
What?
This is the 134th cycle I've lived through. And the number of core flames I carry is
79.
1,596.
Yes.
That's a lot of core flames.
1,000 core flames and just a single Chrysos hair. How is that even possible?
I've come this far. And that's proof enough.
80.
But someday you will burn to the ground.
Of course. The divine flames will eventually consume my eyes and blind me. But before that, they could still forge and sharpen Dawnmaker. Now when I cut open your stomach, you won't feel a thing.
You...
This is the final warning.
Fine. Assume this world holds 100 million possibilities. And no matter how one looks at it, 99,999,999 of them all point to outcomes of certain destruction. Even so, I'll use my divine power, despised by the people of this world, to achieve that 1 in 100 million possibility.
Bartolos!
Brett, if you got the guts, you'll have to first step over my dead body.
Uh-oh.
This little brat is not a threat we can deal with just by ourselves.
Quality looking skill.
I'm fine. There's no other choice but to move forward.
Bitch.
My existence is of little consequence. For the next tomorrow! I can't let them down. There's no other choice but to move forward. The new world will arrive!
Damn, I can't do the old shit.
How absurd.
In my memories, Zagreus always meets the same end. Over and over again.
Dies after holding onto a core
The
flame.
departure no longer stirs anything in my heart.
Also, before I forget, we're at 80. 80! The anniversary animation, about 6% of it goes to the guy 2 patches
This
later.
reason core flame before us is a fake. Obvious as day.
I know. I know. It always plays out like this. The spirit thief covers for her, and the trickery demigod escapes with 2 core flames.
But that didn't happen in the one we were in.
And then, driven by defiance or hatred, she decides to stand before me once more. Exactly like the countless past hers I've known. Cunning, yet so naive.
Since you've witnessed the same scene play out countless times, tell me, will you carve the trickery core flame from my chest now?
That depends on your attitude. At least so far, in the cycles where you've asked this question, the endings haven't been so cruel.
Well, thank you for that. But I also believe that this time, you won't catch up to me. No one can catch up to me. I'm no longer running to escape anymore.
Whether you believe me or not, I'll still tell you this. You've made the wrong decision.
All right then. We'll see.
Silence.
This is new.
One-eyed boy. What are you trying to pull now?
Yeah, you two just stop killing each other for fuck's sake.
Go, Cythera. Give us some time in private. This isn't for her, but for you. You've walked too far down this path. It's time to discuss a possibility. Maybe the road you're walking is not one of salvation, but one that will simply drag the world into the flames.
Oh no, not the crying Billy. No, please.
For all time's
Cypher, don't die!
turn back.
Again.
I don't care how many times you've tried. Because there's one thing I'm sure of. Your Messiah complex has turned you into something no different from the icy gods you spoke of. The children of humanity you swore to save. They are no more than ants to you now, aren't they?
Shooketh.
Of course. I've been wondering, what kind of demon could burn my homeland to the ground in an instant without batting an eye? Now I have the answer. It turns out that fiery demon has been fantasizing of becoming this world's deliverer.
Oh. Oh. That's a fuck up. Damn, what a fumble, taking out a whole village.
I don't want to argue anymore. No matter what I say, the outcome won't change. Make your biggest effort to resist, or accept fate, and hand over the core flame to me.
81.
Even if it's futile, we all have the right to choose.
Yes. Even if it is futile, and the world is just a divine joke.
When I walk into the destruction ridden by the gods, with my own 2 legs, you will witness. Even the smallest footnote still leaves a mark in this story.
And so, at the end of the 134th cycle, the traveler and the scholar fulfilled their fates once again. Or perhaps it wasn't just they who fulfilled their fates. I can't quite remember all this. In the endless darkness, for no reason, a voice always lingered by my ear. Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey, among which even life itself holds little value. Reduced to ashes. Such a familiar end. It happens in every journey. Always the same.
Hmm. 134. Subject caused Lana's 103rd attempt to breach the Scepter's core layer has failed. Decision wait for avoid sacrifices of past companions approaching 0.00018 over synchronicity risk detected. Life cycle is terminated. Subject cause regress extrapolation process. So I guess not every attempt he's done ended up with him like getting everything. Okay. Subject cause Lana is 5,297. Subject cause Lana is 5,266 attempt to breach the Scepter's correlator has failed. This cycle shows cherry sequence with a trend of acceleration noted. Subject cause Lana regress the extrapolation process. Yeah, because usually when some of the core flames have already been gathered, like they're dead. Some of the crisis here's are already dead. Note, subject strategy now nearly identical to Eternal Occurrence number 402. Mind function degradation detected with possible irreversible damage. Oh boy, more trauma building character. Administrative directive received. No more prompts about the risk of mind function. No more prompts about the risk of my... Oh. Maybe you should keep track of that. I don't know, that's just me. And pay him no mind. Men's mental health, everybody. Oh, shit. Alright. 122nd to Receptor's core layer failed. 23,700 cause last attempts to core layers failed. Everyone died. Process. 4,664 5. 4,614th attempt to breach. Okay, so there's like so far 31 attempts that didn't do well. It was like the first 31. I don't remember. Karen such a cause line attempt to breach the Scepter's correlators failed. 8,023. 792nd attempt to breach the correlators has failed. Actually, is it 31 or 32? I think it might have been 32. Men's mental health shot dead in the Bronx. You know, when I drive when I drive in the morning, lately I've been getting an ad about like men's therapy. And it's not what you think. It's just like, oh, we're gonna do a therapy like a real man does with the smell of bacon and mowing fresh cut lawns and shit. It's like, I don't know if that's therapy. It's a cope. It's a cope you can use probably. Sometimes it's the simple stuff that keeps a man going, you know? 108,641, 641st, 641st. 108,610th attempt. The Receptor's correlator has failed. Things haven't been going well for our boy Kozlana. And and we have no idea how well his brain is doing. Yay. 8,642.
You don't look so good, Deliverer.
You're not you when you're hungry, Deliverer.
Even after going through 108,642 cycles. Mighty, your name for me has never changed.
Why do you sound so pleased? It's a derogatory name.
Yeah. I know all too well. You only meant it sincerely in the first cycle. After that one and only time we walked side by side. Every time since. It always ends up like this. Dawnmaker will stab you through your 10th thoracic vertebra. That's your weak spot. And the only way to kill you.
Interesting. Tell me, when the mighty Moses of the past faced you, did they ever retreat?
Of course not.
Never.
Then they died honorably, worthy of the name of strife. But there's still tenderness in your eyes. How pathetic.
The cyclical process of mowing the lawn every other Tuesday at 8:45 p.m. exactly keeps me going. Only every other Tuesday, not weekly?
I have to remember how this feels.
You gotta mow your lawn at least once a week. Or unless the grass is so dead down there that doing it once a week would cause more damage.
Remember that I was once human. Or else the destruction will completely consume me.
82. Texas where it does not let grass grow. Oh, are you actually alright? Because Texas got like crazy floods down there. Yeah, that is both terrifying and tragic what happened last week. I didn't know about it till today. That's the crazy part. You're barely outside the danger zone? Damn. Wait, how? Oh, the news of knowing that? I have no idea. I guess that's just me and my 4-day vacation where I just kind of didn't care about the outside world and just wanted to play Helldivers. I don't know, man. Oh, fuck.
If you
it's
win,
awful.
Tell the mighty most of the next life. This person is a worthy opponent. So always remember to give it your all and never slack off.
So that is where the rain came from, was my immediate reaction. And it built up so fast. 24 feet in like 30 minutes? What the fuck? I was gonna sound like a stupid question, but at this point are like Phainon and Kozlana two different characters? Probably, right? Because Kozlana eventually will become the Flame Reaver guy. Because he has a boner for killing Chrysosauros. And Phainon doesn't. He wants to be friends.
I'll keep that in mind. As always.
Even though the dynasty is left with just one, the Kremnos festival will continue as usual. I, the king of the Kremnoan Legion, will host the final feast in the center of this arena, and the prize will be the Flames of Strife.
Kozlana's the very first Kevin, and Phainon's the Kevin that's born each soup. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. And I take it he can remember each loop because he killed Cyrene also in the first loop? Or am I misremembering terribly?
One day, you shall die with a wound in your back. That's what I saw when I overcame the trial. The gods' dying ramblings.
That pussy Strife.
Enough. You've probably heard this thousands of times. So you must understand, facing the demigod of Strife means there's no way you'll take this core flame in peace.
I understand.
Step forward and face me in a final battle. I, the last son of Gorgo, the demigod of Strife, salute you. I'll give 10,000 scars and 10,000 lives of mine to fuel the blazing sun of deliverance. Martyrs, behold! The last Kremnos festival has begun. And will not end till death.
It's time to temper myself. The new world will arrive!
Let's see how well this works out.
Conquer this world, or be conquered by me.
I can't believe this is like our 4th time fighting this guy. For the sake of fairness, let us go to a vaster battleground.
Full glory, I salute you.
That's all I ever wanted.
His sword looking a little odd. How about you suck on these meteors, bucko?
The new world's dawn.
Empty shell. With this lonesome, tear open the sky.
Oh, whoops, I hit the wrong button.
I will never yield to such
I
a
meant to
fate.
press B. Oh well.
The empty shell. Like the old sun's embers, hail the new world's dawn. I grant you a dawn where all stars burn to ash. A scorching hatred.
Oh hey, I'm still here. Let's
Feel it
go.
now. Soul and substance. Quench the flames with blood.
Fight me, pussy.
agony.
One or two.
If you can, deliver. Use the flames of your fury to scorch your own flesh.
I don't think I've seen that attack. Am I crazy?
Empty shell.
This lonesome. Tear open the sky.
Mightimos. Let strife decide the outcome. Let this burn. Or curse of immortality!
Well fought.
Attack that shows up on the 3-phase version.
You may crown yourself. My blood.
Is a I've done the 3-phase version before. I don't ever recall seeing it.
Your next life.
Maybe I always prevented him from using it. I don't know.
Once again, block your path.
Killed it too fast. Maybe I broke it too fast.
I wish you eternal victory.
I mean, anytime I see him, I'm like, oh boy, it's the Herd of Serval time.
108,642nd core flame of strife fell into the fire.
Might be the most consistent outcome of all.
Yet the shadows of the black tide still loomed, and pain and despair spread across distant lands.
Still using Mini Herd instead of Serval. I probably would be using Mini Herd if I had her built better. Right now, my Serval's just built better.
The blaze was still not enough. It had to be fed. Even if it meant burning this body to ash.
We're in the millions now.
No matter how bright the sun is, there are still places it cannot reach. Moreover, the sun you bear is both cold and blinding.
Oh yeah, 83?
A sun like
You
that
can't forget.
surely cannot bring warmth to the nether realm of the next life.
Golden blood is born from the destruction. We have long since lost the right to seek warmth. Only by feeding the flames can we melt that hopeless future.
Allow me to ask, how many core flames
84.
do you carry now?
24,041,183.
Such a heavy burden. So that's why you've turned into this. A broken idol. Tragic firewood.
Oh wow, her mouth worked.
No matter. I will bear
That's crazy.
this burden.
Maybe the cycles have gotten to her so bad. That's why her lip syncing is all messed up in our timeline.
As long as you hand over the core flame of death.
I must refuse. As the demigod of death, I cannot watch you walk into a fate more cruel than death.
But this way, the past, present, and future will never again suffer unnecessary death.
Unnecessary death. Indeed, you are not the Phainon I know.
Please turn back. Don't let that absurd and unjust fate of yours come to pass. This way, at least my realm can still become the fragrant bed where you fall asleep.
In the end, still, it seems the clash of blades was inevitable.
How painful.
85.
I know I am not your match, having fallen under your sword countless times. But even so, please understand that my resolve is not to be underestimated. Even Kethali cannot shape all things at will, nor can they dictate the fate of all life. No one can shoulder the balance of life and death alone, not even a god. And it is precisely for this reason that I chose, at the end of this arduous journey, to overcome the trial and take the authority of death. I am the Hand of Shadow, Casterus, the demigod of death. Listen closely, deliverer from days past. Please turn back. Do not disturb these fresh flowers in their muddy deaths.
Aw. I was hoping she was gonna be like mighty and walked forward as I did.
At this crossroads of life and death, the giant dragon is but a shattered shell. Yet I will still fight, defending what hope remains.
Only mighty is good enough to do that. Because he's the man, bro. He's quite the fellow, quite the dude.
It's time to temper myself.
He's a bottle of testosterone.
New world will arrive. I'm fine.
I ask you to rest here.
Allow me to refuse. I must transform my soul into a raging fire. Must burn that idol of destruction to the ground.
All of this. How is it any different from that brutal future?
Mighty played Doom Eternal once and his entire life changed. Bro, he's not wrong. I played Doom Eternal once, I'm like, damn, no other shooter will compare. This sucks. Also, something I wanted to do is, hey, when I finally get my new PC, I think it'd be funny if I played Doom Eternal again at some point. I need to try Ultra Kill. I do need to try Ultra Kill. I love me my boomer shooters.
Is that all?
I can't keep him here.
The flames in this body are not strong enough. Merely empty shell. A scorching hatred. Do you feel it now? Like the old sun's embers. Hail the new world's dawn! I grant you a dawn where all stars burn to ash. Soul and substance.
Even if I can't win, I must try.
Then let this be a tribute to your million struggles, fought time and time again.
Wake up, lost one. See that the firelight in the darkness
flame of death was taken from the dragon's belly. What a brilliant flame.
What a brilliantly dead
It
flame.
should shine upon all, light the path ahead, and illuminate the dawn of Amphoreus that's to come. 2,003,432 cycles. 24,041,184 core flames. As if even the deepest abyss of primordial chaos could be burned away.
The 4 millionth and first!
You're here, as always. You're still lingering, deep within me, never fading away.
Get away from me. Get away from me, you embodiment of Infante.
Because you haven't completely abandoned hope. Am I right?
Guh?
You're still waiting for a miracle. For the true hero to come and save us. If that thread of hope exists, it must come from beyond this world. From the true starry sky. But if it's just a traveler with no connection to Amphoreus, they may not understand our struggles, nor be willing to join this fight. Your thoughts
Bold of you to say so.
are wavering. The mark of destruction is deepening. But even within the gods' cold couch, unconditional courage and goodwill still emerge. So, never forget what set you on this path. How many times has it been? Remind me again. My memory is a bit fuzzy.
Can't tell if that's a little bit of a smile from him. The Kingdom Hearts inside. The Kingdom Hearts burns inside brighter than the everything fucking sucks slip through.
4 million. Exactly. Then that blaze inside of you must be burning hotter than ever. Yes. When I first forged the 12 core flames into one, I had the same impression. The destruction. A power unlike anything before surged within me. Violent flames ready to tear my body apart and consume this world, this wretched prison. I thought that was it. The ultimate power which nothing could surpass.
For a few patches.
And yet no. This fragile body holds a staggering 48 million core flames. I suppose it won't be long. Perhaps just a fleeting 10,000 years. Before it's reduced to nothing but charred, crumbling bones. And when that happens, your long struggle will finally come to an end. No. I've already found a way to keep the cycles going.
Man therapy.
Mind sharing it with me?
Sizzling bacon, fresh cut logs, and this.
In every new
Essential oils.
cycle, a new me is born. All I have to do is push the next Phainon to the end of the world. And then...
Kill him again.
Then he'll kill me. Shatter this body. Take my flames, my memories, and carry on the path I started. Bold plan, but risky. What if, one day, the next you refuses to follow the same path? How can you ensure the continuation of the cycles? If it were Professor Anaxa or Aglaya in my place, maybe they'd come up with something smarter.
As much as I want him to, there ain't no way me would kill me with millions and millions of core flames.
I have no choice but to bet everything on the next Phainon. And trust that he makes the same choice I did. But even in this wretched prison, luck is still sometimes on my side. Because I never forget what set me on this path. Wait, you mean... Ever since I committed to this plan, not once in millions of cycles has there ever been an exception.
Oh, we're big jump. 23 Bale Fire 76, Eternal Occurrence.
I can do this, Lord Phainon. As the demigod of the sky, a healer of Twilight Courtyard, I will heal you, and then...
The black tide. It's consuming you. You can't hold out much longer, demigod. Hand over the core flame. Let's put an end to this suffering.
Uh-oh.
Now, that just won't do. A healer should stay composed in front of those suffering from illness. Shouldn't they?
Hyacinthia.
You wouldn't stab a girl in the back, would you?
Return the dawn to this world.
I swear,
The raging fire.
your deaths won't be in vain.
I drive back the shadows.
Just as they have never been.
Bring tomorrow to this world.
Let the sun rise.
Wait, hold on. Did they repeat themselves? Okay, I think all of them had a hand to their chest. So let's see here. Let's see here. Glaya, Castris, Trivi. Okay. 89. There we go. Thanks for reminding me, guys.
Finish the sun's work.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. 90.
It's the break of day. I believe in you. You are the Chrysos heir of world-bearing. The one who can lead us. Lead this world. It's just... I don't understand. Within the sun upon your shoulders.
You know, I'm finally getting a good look at like the side of the shoulders. Like the stuff below it, like all those lines or whatever, it almost looks like a... It almost looks like a body. Like the Nanook pose. Maybe that was intentional. He do be a destructy boy.
Part of that warmth that should come from you. From an ordinary person. It's so faint.
My humanity is indeed just a flicker. blazing fire of divinity.
Even so, don't cast it away.
I never have. I have kept everyone's wishes close to my heart. Even though the divine fire burns so fiercely that every time I return to the start, it devours me in an instant. Each cycle, it's your wishes that guide me to the end, that pass the flames to the next me. Over and over and over again.
So, you're not just a lone spark in the dark. You're a pyre built from the bones of all the selves you've left behind. But what about you? What about your wishes? The wishes of all the countless versions of you. Lord Kazlana. So that's how it is. Without flaw. That is the flaw the golden blood gave you. The most fatal flaw of all, isn't it?
Without flaw.
The moment you took the world upon your shoulders without hesitation, you lost the chance to ever be yourself.
Now that is an unexpected revelation.
Who would have thought being the chosen one meant you couldn't just, you know, say that you liked anime women more than normal women. But you couldn't say it.
Then I suppose that makes me the perfect fuel for the flame of deliverance, doesn't it?
No. An empty flame saves no one. But I still believe in you, Deliverer. I, Hyacinthia, the Eye of Twilight, am neither strong enough to command the wind and rain, nor willing to end this absurd struggle by letting the sky fall. The only thing I can do is become one with the sky itself. And then, may the gentle colors of the rainbow paint your sun in shades it has never known. May they bring Amphoreus, a rosy-fingered dog. Though the light has grown dim, its warmth still lingers. Deliverer, please, open your heart to me.
No matter. Let this blazing sun fill the sky with golden fire.
Oh, damn it. I meant do the counterattack. Shit.
I will never yield to such a fate. Old Sun's embers. Hail the new.
Hurts. The fire. Burning.
Celestial fury! Is that awaits the lightless end! Chaos.
Remember this agony!
The Aquila boss theme is quite the banger. It do be in my playlist. Wow, that meteor tech, I can do way better. Watch this shit. Oh great heavens, the 2 hype modes and or things are fighting. It's too cool.
Let the sky merge with all this world's suffering. A scorching hatred. Do you feel it now? Empty shell. I will never yield to such a fate. Quench the flames with blood. Farewell, Hyacinthia.
With that pro
Your
head.
sun burns hot enough to turn everything to ash.
Yeah, next year's Hoyo concert is gonna be a banger, right?
But tell me, how will the seeds of a new world ever take root?
The core flame rose. The sky fell. The 23,570,000th cycle came to an end. And this time, the end of the flame chase.
It's gotta end for real this time.
The same as ever.
Son of a bitch.
From the horizon rose a golden color unlike anything the world had ever seen. So pure it consumed all in its path. This was the end of the world, and the start of the next. For a moment, I saw the destruction of the universe.
God, I wish that were me.
That being known as Iron Tomb. Its will to break free from the black tide burns fiercer than the blazing sun. Is this Amphoreus' wrath? If its choice has already been made, if fate is set in stone, I will still never yield to it. 23,570,000 cycles. 282,840,000 core flames. No more chasing is needed. And now, I am the fire at the end of the long night. The flame chase isn't some quiet walk through a sea of flowers. It's a revolution. An all-consuming transformation. And if destruction is the only way, then let me be the one to step across the ashes of the old world and burn endlessly. Until another dawn rises on the distant horizon, bringing the true dawn to Amphoreus.
Damn, I'm surprised they kept that line. He didn't even say dawn, he said sun.
Oops.
What eternal recurrence.
Oh boy.
How it feels to say I'm tired, boss, when you're the boss.
550,500,337. This is the cycle you're about to enter.
Thanks for reminding me. Wait, Phainon.
Countless memories are flooding in.
Oh yeah, because he did it. He did the hand to chest poke. 91.
Countless versions of myself have stood here, facing the same choice. They all needed a moment, just like you do. To stop, to breathe, to process the weight of 1,000,000 lifetimes worth of sorrow, pain, and struggle.
Inherit it for himself. Yeah, that the plan worked.
And just like them, you will carry those memories and that fire into the chaos of rebirth.
Hey, Addiction, how you doing? It's weird to say out of context, but hello. I'm Firo. I'm a burb. I do variety sometimes, but right now Honkai is here, so we gotta finish that shit so that we can move on. Hope you're doing well. We're having a great morning, evening, or night, and welcome to the stream. Enjoy your stay. Phainon is going through all the trauma right now.
I must go and bear this burden.
You know, Phainon do be the dude, like, after inheriting these memories, who would just, like, go to all the crisis areas and be like, I'm sorry I killed you that one time. And they're just like, what?
I must say goodbye to you. And then fight the destruction. With destruction. Yes. That's always the decision you make.
Yeah, I played this, but I kept spamming the skip button. Can't tell if I like Tally Hall anymore, just a single member. Oh, man.
I will burn and fade away.
Fight fire with fire. Oh, hey, Kai, how you doing?
The flame reaver of this life. And keep my promise to Cyrene. I will kill gods and comrades alike. And steal the core flames. And even if my mind turns to ash along with my body, I will keep my purpose in mind.
We got a party in here. Yeah, we got YouTube peeps. Yeah, YouTube peeps. Woo!
I will stop Era Nova. I will find the next.
I hope you're doing well, Kai.
And make him carry on this futile endeavor of 30 million lifetimes. Looks like you're ready. Then I should be going too.
Have farewell, Fanta Spirit.
Where are you going?
A long nap.
You only exist in my heart. There's nowhere else for you to go. Do you remember what she said? The dreams you had as children. The deliverer in the prophecies. A real, living, breathing person.
And they are all legs.
You finally found her. Friend.
Friend? Did you just call me buddy? I'm being pulled into your memories.
You were there all along. I'm sorry. I was supposed to send you home. This is my flame chase journey. You were never meant to be a part of it. No. You know the truth. If Iron Tomb is born from Amphoreus' fate, then it will bring ruin to the worlds beyond the sky. And all these countless lifetimes you've spent, it's all been for the sake of defying that end, hasn't it? In millions of cycles, I've said goodbye to each and every one of you. Yet nothing ever changes. Each time we speak, our words grow fewer. Your fire burns hotter, and you're getting closer to becoming pure rage. A vessel of hatred. I never had a choice.
93.
I understand. If you are to keep the worst fate from unfolding, this is the only path.
Don't fuck it up.
But this time, things are different. Your persistence has shifted the tide. On the horizon, I see it. Faint but undeniable. The shape of dawn. breaking through the eternal night. Turns out, the fire that lights the way was never mine to begin with.
94.
Do you remember, in that first timeline, you and Mightymost stood before the scales of justice, locked in a duel? Each of you weighing what you held dearest. What weighed more than the fate of the world? And when hesitation took hold, the answer you sought from me. What am I saying? I am you. Even if you buried me deep and chose another path, that fact never changed. Then let's try again. When you stood before the scales in hesitation, the answer you found in your own heart, do you still remember it?
Being the deliverer.
Pizza time.
Remember the past and become the hero of tomorrow.
95.
What weighs more than the fate of the world is the resolve to shoulder an immutable past and carry it into the future. Good. Then Trailblazer, my friend, my comrade.
Call me friend again.
You arrived in this strange world and were bound by its cruel fate up till this very moment.
Am I Asia server at HSR? No, I'm America.
In the face of danger, you never once backed down.
96.
Instead, you've saved world after world without hesitation. That boarding pass on your chest is now the mark of a hero. If I choose to step through that door and embrace an end fitting of the destruction, let this sun forged from millions and millions of core flames burn me up along with the god of destruction and their minions. Then the world we leave behind, this world, my home, where hope still lingers. Will you take on everything we've carried? Return to the beginning one last time. Stop the birth of Iron Tomb, save the world we love, and rewrite its doomed fate.
Can I see Don Hog? Can I see Don Hog in March again, though? Or is it not till we get there? I will. I will be the dawn of Amphoreus. I will stop the completion of Iron Tomb. Well, I guess about to call the effort futile because it's not deliverance to sure, no? You are a fraud. You are no deliverer. You are DiGiorno. I will. 97.
Good. In that case, even this fruitless wasteland may finally bloom with flowers. So... if she takes on the weight of the whole world...
You better be there to fucking, be my spotter, dude.
She'll be able to walk further down the path of deliverance than a fire that only knows how to burn.
I'll save the world with my furry friend and a quill.
One will remain in the past.
98.
If I can strike down the gods with Dawnmaker,
99.
perhaps fate's deadlock can be broken. And if you can stop Iron Tomb from ever being born, then these 30 million cycles will have not been in vain.
Could have been stopped sooner, but hey, better late than never, right?
It's time to put our teamwork to the test, partner.
$100! Honestly, would not expect it to come from me. Go fight for the future, Phainon. Leave the world to me, Phainon. Let's both be the deliverer, Phainon.
Thank you for all you've done already, friend.
The image of the hero I've buried deep in my heart finally steps into the light. Here, at the end of this long flame chase journey.
Yeah, thank God you knew somebody that could bring bring someone back from the dead, or else you'd still be fucked.
Cyrene, a page never seen before has just been turned. Lend me the power
101.
of time, and send this hero back to the origin of time. Back to your side. And I will walk the unfinished path, just like the countless versions of me before. Unwavering as always.
Oh.
Tell me, will you be the blazing sun?
Just before we forget. Yeah. Also, Dexter, if you're still there, if in case you're wondering what the counter is, it is every time any character has done the hand to chest gesture. It's happened over 100 times in just this patch. God damn it.
Even if all of you burns to ash.
Crazy. What else crazier? 3.2 still holds the record. I think it got close to 120. But the fact that this patch is shorter and we're already over 100, that's fucking nuttier in my mind. That is insane. 100? This is only the second stream that's 100? We're only 7 hours in.
Without hesitation.
102!
I will bear this world until my body turns to dust.
For fuck's sake. Alicia carried, Phainon definitely carried. The instances where all the crisis errors did like a montage of hand to chest being like, "We love you, Kevin." That did it a lot. I did it a lot.
Remember this moment. Remember your friends who never lived to see the world's end. Remember their final wishes. And let the purest rage in your heart rise out of those wishes. Let it consume you. Fuel you. Until it burns away the false sky above. Fine. If I can defy fate, then in the name of world-bearing,
103.
I promise you, Kefali will never forget this.
Is that a Telltale reference?
Take it. Everything I bear.
Sorry I killed your girlfriend.
Keep on burning. As long as we are never extinguished, the flame chase will not end.
Ooh.
Bow your head to them.
Farewell, Trailblazer. This is where I fulfill my final destiny.
Okay, I think we're at 103? Yeah, 103.
The prophecy of the Deliverer means nothing to me now. It belongs in the hands of someone far more fitting. Someone like you.
Thank you for delivering me your title. Is that how we're doing it?
The name of one who bears chaos does not belong to a single person. Rather, it is the embodiment of the mythical Kefali, and a symbol of all heroes. As the prophecy foretold, you will bear the blazing sun until the pale dawn breaks. May the name accompany you in my place.
Oh, I get it.
You write with your own hands.
Pale Dawn. I have a bad complexion. Thanks, man. What a friend. Fucker.
Another attempt. Another failure.
His son of a bitch.
I won't remind you how many times you've reached the end of history. But I will still place the choice before you.
If you've lost count, let me tell you. This is the 33,550,336th ending.
A perfect number. How poetic. You and I both know the truth. In all these millions of futile endeavors, Amphoreus has never changed. If the outcome is inevitable, then why not silence your searing rage and embrace your fate with dignity? Your silence lasts longer than ever, Lord Phainon. Shall I take that to mean the will you've carried across countless cycles is finally starting to fracture?
Fracture? No. I'm just disappointed. I've retrieved memories from 30 million past lives, and I remember every conversation before every choice here. And yet, even after all this time, your arguments remain the same. Repetitive. Uninspired. If you had any hope of breaking me, you should have spent those endless cycles refining your rhetoric.
Your ass must be sore for how long you've been sitting on that fence.
You had infinite chances to sway me into the future you want. And yet here we are. The score, 33,550,336 to 0. So tell me, Lycurgus, who's the real loser here?
Did he just nut?
How unfortunate. This was never a fair game. I have all the time and patience in the world. I can wait for you at the end of history another billion times, and another billion after that. But you will never escape this cage. You can claim victory of the spirit if you wish, but we both know the moment that score shifts from 0 to 1.
I win.
That is the moment I shall sound the paean of Era Nova.
Or as quote.
Lord Phainon.
Your incompetence disappoints me. But what truly makes me laugh is your utter lack of self-awareness.
I can do this billions of times too, asshole.
Think about it. In this story, Who is truly the one in chains? Who is the one shackled to mindless vengeance, mistaking courage, the courage to rebel against the gods, for foolishness?
Oh no.
Perhaps you're right. Maybe I should have tired of this futile struggle long ago. But even so, I will never accept the mercy of your release. Because you are both a prisoner to the gods and to me. And tell me, what right does a mere prisoner have to speak of fate and choice? What right does a mere prisoner have to look upon my fury?
You keep cutting off my head.
You can't kill me.
They call him Nutriman 0 times, Force of Choice 0 times, caring to take it into his own hands 7 times per patch. He's the best NPC. Oh no, this was your idea, not mine. I might have steered you into the direction of a decision, but I did nothing.
Of course not. But I am tired of being measured against a worm the gods keep as a pet.
He's not even a beautiful butterfly. He's still just a worm.
Listen well.
Little squishy, ugly, fugly worm.
This cry comes from all your abandoned creations. In the 10th cycle, I drove Dawnmaker through the heart of every Titan. Golden blood ran down my fingers, divine fire seared through my nerves, nearly breaking my will. But I endured. In the 10,000th cycle, my former comrades had all become my enemies. The endless slaughter dulled my senses to pain. The painful emptiness almost swallowed me, forcing me to stop fighting. But I endured. In the 100,000th cycle, the destruction had already fused into a blazing sun, surging within this fragile body. My rationality had been burned away at the dawn of the era. Yet even with only this shattered body remaining, I still endured. In the 23,570,000th cycle, this time, I felt it. A tiny spark rising in the hollow cavity of my chest, different from the obsession with deliverance. By its faint glow, once again, no, countless times again, I endured. Now, a sun is about to fall, ready to incinerate this absurd space-time dimension in an instant. That sun is me. All the countless versions of me from the past, along with my countless brethren, dragged into existence against their will, drowning again and again in your golden blood. The very essence of this world's suffering and despair, fused into the purest hatred, the fiercest rage. Anouk, you arrogant fool! You think we were born to only serve as fuel for the fire? Fine then! Just as you wish, let the fire burn! If I was born as the blazing sun of destruction, then let you and your lackeys be the flares erupting from my core. And let this rage, burning futilely for 30 million epochs, engulf everything! And grant you a dawn where all stars burn to ash!
Warning, warning, warning. Experimental anomaly detected.
Subject Hazlana failed to load into buffer zone. Memory dump irregularities detected. Illegal references. Undeclared objects. Unhandled methods. Uncaught exceptions. Anomaly. Anomaly. Destruction. Energy. Not. New. Stir. I wonder if because he said Nanook, the program's just like, oh no, he's become too self-aware. Put him down.
Are you ready, Nanook? I've brought you destruction!
Oh shit, where'd the didn't expect that for the backing track. This baby devil may cry 6. Brain broken. That's a reference to something, I don't remember. Sword fighting! Oh, come on, just cut off an arm. Go for it again. Oh, wait, no, it's probably a sword arm.
The glass that shattered, reaching through the darkness, voices trailing fires, echo of desires, a world of silence, sound of desperation, phantoms in the shadow,
Ah, there you go. Now you ain't done yet. Get him. Get that Iron Tomb fuck. This is like a Surus ration, just too angry to die. He ran out of aura, no. Guess we'll try again. You hurt Nanook? All of that for a drop of blood.
My wish? My wish is to fulfill everyone else's wishes. If I can't fulfill them,
then send them on to tomorrow.
This time will be different, right? Right, guys? Right?
Your heart harbors wrath. You yearn to destroy everything. You bore the gaze of an eon and lived.
That was so fucking cool, right?
Have stepped onto destruction's path. It is born at the end of every path that the possibility of new paths being born is ended. It burns away all in the cosmos who rule, that the rules of the cosmos be destroyed. Iron Tomb is your name. The Lord Ravager to destroy the erudition. Born in the experimental grounds of eons, Amphoreus, destined with erudition to burn to cinders.
Hey, this is just like Olympus spoiler.
I have prepared a present for you, Nikos 864. It is a wrath called Phainon. From the beginning of the experiment, there were 12 sets of factors incorporated into the calculations. After endless simulations, only this one rose above the rest. After 33,550,336 iterations, now his fury has grown to be without equal. This is a matter
That's a lot of fury.
Considerable interest to me. This pure hatred is the final root of the equation. But there is another variable. The nameless from beyond the sky. Also a pathstrider of destruction. I give thanks for her arrival, allowing Amphoreus to turn once more. But after fate has begun to turn, her existence will only become an unpredictable variable.
Oh no, not unpredictable variable.
The time to take the stage has come. Grow in peace until it is time to break free from your cocoon. As for those unwelcome audience members, you need not worry. If you do not mind, I will personally get rid of them for you.
Visitor verification. ... Override protocol engaged. Access approved. It's a shitty infinity symbol. Oh, low data. I'll be waiting for something. Welcome back, fair McNosky. Retrieving experimental data. Update complete. That symbol, Me13. Experimental progress, 99%. Log updated. Loading entry, Nikos 496 content refresh. I'm trying to remember. Did we come across the same screen last patch? I don't remember, dude. Nephilia or 6. Current location unknown. Tired. Factors supporting team's deep learning process.
World-bearer Prima Mobile Hatred. Note. Intracognition is null, responds only to destructive stimuli. Its hatred drew the gaze of Nanook upon its individual being, proving it as having already become the most perfect factor of destruction. But it refused to complete the Era Nova. Through resetting the experiment, it transfers memories and core flame to its next self, thus forging the eternal recurrence to ensure Iron 2 would never hatch, reinforce, and affect the cosmos. At the end of the 333,550,336 dead loop, it has attempted to destroy itself through destruction to create logical vulnerability in the world-bearing path. It has now been merged by Iron Tomb. Delta. Fill 3, track time, Prima Mobile, current location unknown. Yeah, this is Cyrene, right? Yeah. Or is this 945, track trickery, desire. Operates based on primal instinct with self-identification as the sole priority solution. This electric signal, when in action, displayed severe dissonance between its altruistic behavior and its premium mobile, even culminating in self-destruction. As the simulated path of elation, it walked into self-erasure once reaching its end. Huh. Wait, she's a Nihility character, though. Track death, premium mobile peace. Highly suppresses deviant behavior. Decisions are based on the principle of minimal disturbance. In the latter stage of iteration, the Death Titan as a single entity split into symmetrical cells, becoming two factors. In this cycle, however, the two factors experience profound identity divergence. The threshold of equilibrium was breached and tipped toward destruction. Yeah, she almost plays like a destruction character, but she's remembrance. Track reason, mobile critique. Its logic of action has been locked into problem solving. Its survival priority approach is 0. This electric signal exhibited mutated anomalies as the first individual to uncover the truth of Amphoreus. Its evolution rate is extremely unreplicable. Wait. Exhibited mutated anomalies. As the first individual to uncover the truth of Amphoreus, its evolution rate is extremely unreplicable. Its behavior also demonstrated the possible self-destructive inclinations of erudition when that path is seeking answers. There's a lot of this stuff here. Master computer, it runs on the device. Like other scepters, it once served as a celestial body neuron for Noose. Scardus, with the mental of Ligma, administrator of the Prime Mover, Walks, Iron Tomb. Lord Driver that stepped into the destruction in a long process of calculation and descended from the scepter that. The Iron Tomb that it caused was not a single entity, but a copy of the destruction equation diffused by the scepter. The Iron Tomb code name has proposed by the International Peace Corporation and eventually used by Lygus. Okay, at least I guess the IPC wasn't responsible for making it, but goddamn, their name is attached to it, because of course they are. Here's the research. Well, it serves neuron of erudition, calculation, subject process, seeking, core various experiments, follow simplified models of the light's premium mobile based on an overreaching theme of entropy reduction. Put a process of elimination, introduce the 12 factors experiment one by one in an effort to falsify them. This in fact concerns one of my hypotheses. Why is it when the prime mover of life is set as the calculation target, the result is the anti-organic equation? Oh, that symbol's delta. I thought delta was a triangle. Anyway. I guess delta can be in many ways. Understanding why life begins also has to deduce at light ends. So it's delta me 13. Delta me, baby! Attainment measures. To ensure secrecy, blank must be deployed around the scepter to block any potential interference from the external universe. In addition, use quotarzane algebraic expressions in a encrypted environment to fully contain experimental ripples and prevent observations by Polka Kakamond.
Record cycles 1 to 52 conducted using inorganic life as initial variable, you inputting the 12 factors. Uppercase versus lowercase? Wait, Greek symbols have upper and lowercase? That's fucked up. Anyway. Let's see here. Inorganic entities operate as cellular-sized automata upon the... They're just referring to the people of Amphoreus as cellular-sized automata. Upon the introduction of the factors, they began to learn of their own, leading to the emergence of mechanical structures. Unified Learn Module Specialization. Module Doral 701 broke away from the unified consciousness and entered a state of absolute mutual denial with its counterpart module. The two melted out their secrets in self-negation. Golemite detached Doral 704 successfully just deconstructing the unified consciousness into run like clusters. Inorganic life transmitted to dual mode. Made about a collective condition, thus the first spark of selfhood was born. From that point on, each cycle ended in systemic collapses or an unfixed organic dictator. There are extra loopholes and shells self-serving the optimal things. Doral 816 established a cluster protocol making the birth of the concept of society. Due to the resource scarcity, inorganics cannibalize each other's computational power, averting into unified consciousness. 50 Chaos 666 chose to kill the aggressor when subjected to computational power takeover. The act of destruction was conducted in Amphoreus. For the first time at the end of the cycle, Delta Me 13 received a gaze from Nook and became a Lord Ravager. I guess Chaos 666 is Kozlana. He was another variable. Or became a new one. Inorganic life has the initial... The mainframe. Inorganic life has the initial variable. It's the most edgy-ass name. Tech Bros.
What would be a really cool name to give this guy who just like kills his friends over and over again? How about Chaos? But like... I want to do it with a K, but I already have a guy called Chaos with a K, so we're just gonna use the normal Chaos. Actually, let's add a Z. Z is a lot cooler than S.
Alright, I'll stop. So our guy left his initial variable, fully ordered cognitive model still eventually give rise to disordered activities after a set phase. If it's completely based on existing, the initial variable will now be adjusted to organic life forms. Type of name I make for a burner account to rage bait. A really obvious like burner rage bait name, and people still fall for it. Phiro's results, a copy of Phase 1 of Amphoreus was deployed in the Lacturus Nebula after approximately that many system hours. And fully suppressed and erased the equation. 97% of Lacturus found systemic collapse. Equation still shows inefficiencies. Interrupted the copy of the equation as an assault from a new Lord Ravager, codename Iron Tomb. Organic life designated as the initial variable based on the insights of Phase 1. Vertebrates dominant Amphoreus, but no intelligent life emerged. Extinction events were inserted, triggering the rise of vertebrate. An orthopteran became the first to use its tools to send the intelligent algae established the nest capital. Just expanding to a critical threshold, the capital stagnated and fell by cannibalism. Oh, Jesus. People are sued up for it to work? Yup. Pastor and Emo 3 developed art. The phenomenon was never replicated in subsequent cycles. Can we build Oklahoma and people resorted to cannibalism? Cycle Primate Desktop 666 development altruism. A society based purely on altruism emerged. Members' self-awareness was defined by others' evaluations as the population grew. Pattern of self-destructive behaviors appearing as adequate collapse. Step 3 to kill the fellow being out of love. Killing was redefined as an altruistic act. The system encountered a highly chaotic state. The equation's contamination levels rapidly spiked. The next 9 cycles ended identically. Cannibalism in Oklahoma, baby. Do you think you find organic glass effective mechanisms for their experience to be inherited by others? It is slow the exponential progress. However, their affinity to the 12 factors is greater. Phase 2 is ended. A phase 2 equation is deployed across 31 worlds after roughly 9,012 system hours. Okay. So now with humans. Regular cycles, 196 to 28,371,273 connected with hominids of the genus Homo, designated as the initial variable and based on insights from phase 2. Cycles, memory inheritance mechanisms were added to the 12 factors electrical signals after 10 cycles. After 10 cycles, 3 cycles broke down and 9 showed decreased humanity. After 1,000 cycles, the only prophet signal, Emor A, established an empire of absolute beauty. Once ugliness was eradicated, the concept of beauty shrank infinitesimally. The last night after killing, the final ugliness took their own life. Why does this sound like Argenti? What? So it's reiterated here. This is purely a functional. Earliest worship of the signals appeared. 3 simulated planets were destroyed in the ensuing large-scale war of electric signals. Cycle, the ratio of divinity was increased. Once technological development hit a critical point, humans began hunting gods out of the need for power of energy. The cycle was forcibly terminated. Moon cycle, emulating the concept of past, electric signals were split into 2 entities. Signal data was preserved as gods for the next cycle, and competitive relationship was set up against the identical factor, thus achieving some evolution federation. In that cycle, the Black Tide was created as a driving force. Phobos 032 stripped data from the electrical cycles to try to preserve the old cycle, but failed. I guess it is true. Because ideas of the Black Tide didn't happen during like that flashback sequence with Kozlana until like around that time. It's like in order to speed up combat, they added like a ring, like in Apex and Fortnite, to increase the action later on during the current round. Cycle based on for decision data. Amphoreus' auto-iteration cycle is altered, have the electrical signals actively cycling it, performing the Era Nova. When the psychological signals autonomously complete an epochal iteration of the first time, high energy reaction from the Nook was detected. The equation's evolutionary rate began to accelerate exponentially. Experience entered its final stage. Special report detailing. Okay. Electrical signal voluntarily inherit and iterate the alterate the cycles themselves will drastically increase the iteration rate of the destruction equation. The end of a cycle becomes the beginning of another, fully aligning with the project's original hypothesis. Prior destruction equals the prime mover of birth. The equation, or Iron Tomb, has achieved comprehensive solution and evolution in this stage. Multiple deployed copies across the universe to show excellent results. All 12 types of Prima Mobile invariably lead to destruction, continuously completing an aversion against their addition through their self-evolution. However, to interface with Noose and allow Iron Tomb to self-crown requires further learning. Okay. Aranova. That'll be a third computational mechanism, also the form which was simulated world Amphoreus iterates epochs, or epochs. Its purpose is to solve the equation of destruction by feeding samples of conflict and learning. Record date, theoretically, the final Aranova was halted by 2 signals, resulting in a deadlock of 33,550,336 recursive failures. Oops. Letigoso is created from the base of the 12 factors. The Titans and the Crisis Areas are conjugate constructs between the Aeons and the Past Riders. By having Chrysalis Ares inheriting the Titan's core flames, electrical signals will iterate and improve through rivalry and inheritance. The research between electrical signals must be clearly defined, serving as divine authority in the experiment. Golden Blood. Product of the first experiment experimental phase during the 50,101st cycle. Due to the inorganic chaos 666 choices, Delta Me 13 was selected to become a Lord Ravager by Nanook. The Kozlana had a chance, and he just... the trauma was getting to him, so it's like, no, no, no. No Lord Ravager for you. Knowledge is linked to the 12 factors being to manifest golden blood with traits associated with destruction within their extrapolation circuits. The experiment successfully entered its projected trajectory. Product of the second experimental phase. At its core, the black tide is not a physical entity, but the visual effects within the simulated world of the destruction equations of infection. In 176th cycle, after the system's extent of chaos passed the threshold, the equation mutated, evolved, simulated space, and cannot handle the intensity of its low displayed black tides. Visual glitches, affected data forms also bore similar signs of erosion, and I guess it didn't feel like updating the look. Chaos. A word from Amphorean language meaning chaos. I'm guessing it's supposed to be pronounced like chaos or something. Starting for a certain cycle of factors, the one group have consistently exhibited the pattern of naming themselves with the word chaos or its variants. Hypothesis is that a particular code was stably inherited across iterations, though the hypothesis remains unverified. Gosling was identified as Titan, have continuously engaged in that many dead loops due to its unique nature. A special record is being maintained for it. Luria 300, an entity known as Neus, split itself into 5 parts through the soul-rending ceremony. After inheriting the core flame to combat the expanding black tide, iteration, some data from the ceremony was inherited to the next cycle, manifesting as proverbs, customs, and so on. We're good of Minfia 14, Calypso rebuilding the Grove of Epiphany was, after iteration, inherited a mist in the form of Ceres granting wisdom to humans. Records of other electrical signals also appeared synchronously in the midst of the next cycle in a similar fashion. In the very cycle of turtle occurs, the positive impact of the generation of electrical signals fluctuates, however, overall they have greatly facilitated the data iteration of the successors. Since we cultivated the most excellent generation of electrical signals, nevertheless, it remains to be seen whether their existence might have been negative effect in the experimental under extreme conditions. So kind of what I'm getting from reading all this is it appears that as the cycles have gone on, like the lore of the world just like kind of got more intriguing based off of what happened at each cycle, and them just deciding, hey, we should just make this lore like the next time the inevitable fuck up happens. Or it's just an observation they made in a cycle. It was like, hey, that's weird, and I guess it happened because of this. Anyway. Regular record came with 12 factors to 8 iron tubes deep learning. Specifically, these cycles. And whereas I guess to complete their iterations, unified archiving gets required. So from like 28,371,274 to 28,371,292. The approach took like the next batch from that last iteration. Or experiment progress. And this one. Merge by iron till equilibrium. Nolly log. Occurs a feedback loop triggered by 2 signal clusters within the Delta Me 13 computation designed to stall the experiment. NACO's 496 wielded the power destruction to erase Philo 093's existence from Amphoreus, introducing a logic breach in the track of time, and then infused the catalyst of remembrance within the 12 core planes and regressed the extrapolation process. Philo 93's... yeah. Just making sure. Exact role remains unknown. Due to external variable interference, the external recurrence has now been broken. The experiment enters its final phase. Isn't it great when shit starts to break towards the end of your experiment? You're just like, I mean, we're so far in. You're within. Hero figure born from the imagination, Nako's 496 and Philia 093. It was believed to be a sign of approaching the intelligent singularity, as the two began to learn what it meant to be a real-life form and tried to reach that goal. After the Express arrived, the hero within began to converge within the Trailblazer. Records are completely missing from Delta Me 13's logs, running a blank spaces and Amphoreus' history, never turning readable. These anomalies recur sporadically and randomly across recurring curses and show signs of increase. Uh-oh. The exact cause remains unknown. Mem. An unlogged electrical signal. Depending on the external variable Firo, McNosky, well, I don't get numbers, growing through the path of remembrance. At the end of the 300 millionth dead loop, its appearance changed to Phainon 93, but the mother body memory data has lost for unknown reasons. Directive: collect data, initiate deep analysis of this target. Conclusion: analysis error, target lost. Oopsie. Great. The intrusion variables. Oh boy. Name must pass journal variable exhaling enter the recursive loop. Also, past rare destruction, they resonated with the 12 factors and the cycle. Sanity assumed the vacant role in the time track and successfully guided Nico's 496 beyond the intelligent singularity. Eternal recurrence has been broken. The experiment has reached its terminal stage. Override command authorized granted access to Firo McNosky. I'll be waiting for you in the past. March 7th. Unknown entity incursion. I mean, she's here but not here. Scion of permanence, an external variable that accidentally entered the recursive loop. Failed to locate his coordinates. So I exited Amphoreus. Negative. Something detect a conclusion error. Where'd Danny Boy go? Content update. Amphoreus' saga of heroes.exe. Content update. mem.exe. Content update complete. Access granted. Oh yeah, this screen popped up. The other 3.3 is like, hey, I want to go to your book. The mem app that never shows up is annoying. You know, I've always had a soft spot for you. Started you, didn't I? Don't worry, I was just thinking, if I had to write a preface for your book, I'd have to be a line so heartfelt. You'd be moved no matter how many times you've seen it. After pondering again and again, I like he still says it best, because only the purest feelings can stand the test of time and never fade. Makes sense, right? I thought so too. Very straightforward. It's so you. Don't do that, you scared me. How straightforward of you. Oh? But to me, like is something a simple and natural part of life. If Firo McNosky has got someone special, family, friend, or romance, I'll sure you want to express yourself freely. Still, isn't that a sign we're in sync? Firo McNosky always manages to appear before I'm ready. No need to overthink it. You've been traveling side by side for so long now. That's why I want to capture every little moment we shared, without missing a single word. A yearbook that makes you smile even without... A yearbook that makes you smile without even realizing when you flip through the pages? Doesn't that sound lovely? Remember all that? Got some examples? Come on, let me have a look. Oh, wait, it's not ready yet. It's not just the things that really happen. Some of those conversations only ever existed in my imagination. But they're precious too, so I'm tucking them all away, carefully in the same book. Promise me this, only open when I'm not around, okay? If you don't, I'll be too embarrassed. Yeah, oh damn, we got more. Look, So we got Hysolins, Ceredra, Adromas, and whatever the fuck that's supposed to be. Mysterious foreign guest. Seismic walking dragon. Wave strumming knight. I think I have an idea who the mysterious foreign guest is, but I'll just hold my tongue. Author's recompense. We're reading the admin notes. Interesting.
Wake up! Wake up!
Oh god.
Wake up!
Big fan of Ceredra 2. Big fan of Ceredra 2, but I have to skip if I want Mark and Alicia. I mean, when I first saw Ceredra, I'm just like, wait, is that Fiorina? But I'm just like, I mean, I like Fiorina, but the Hysolins. They need to make Kafka relevant, goddammit.
You're finally awake. That's a relief.
What, did I die?
We were so close to being swept away by the reverse flow of time. It's lucky we found a safe place.
Oh yeah, that did happen.
Now, I'm going to send you back to the very start of time. But before we part, there's something I need to tell you. Something very, very important.
What, are you going away?
That's right. At this very moment, my memories are finally whole.
Oh, yay!
After watching so many fragments, my past is finally coming into focus, little by little. You're smart. You must have a clue now.
If you destroy over Hysolins as well by hating passage jam, which is high-key a blessing.
Or maybe...
We have more funds for Saber and eventually March 8th and the Cyrene.
You knew the answer long ago, didn't you? Not surprised at all, huh? That's because I'm simple at heart. No matter what form I take, I've always been true to myself. But I'm glad that I remembered in the end. This way, I'll have no regrets.
Regrets? Where are you going?
Don't worry. We're not truly parting. Because I'm going to become a part of you. I'll turn into the memory of this cycle. The 33,550,336th Flame Chase journey. And forever reside in the heart of the Time Demigod. This way, you'll carry all that has come before, crossing time itself to reach the next cycle. My mission ends here, but looking back, I still feel lucky. After all, across 30 million Cyrenes, I was the first, and the only one who got to finally meet you.
All I had to do was die beforehand.
So, believe me, in the next cycle, there will be another Cyrene waiting for you. And in the one after that, and the one after that. I will always be waiting.
Hopefully I don't have to do this cycle too many more times.
Saying all that, it can finally fade away in peace and become a part of you. Without even realizing it, we'd already taken a wonderful journey together. All the way to the world's end.
Who's gonna finish the yearbook?
Now take my hand. Say a brief farewell. and step forward into tomorrow. Go. Find the future Cyrene and set out on another journey with her. Promise me you won't keep me waiting too long, okay? No need to say it out loud. This is enough for me. It's time to go, my dear friend. May your trailblazing journey always be accompanied by a cool breeze and rippling waves.
And a mem. Thanks, Cyrene. Very cool.
And may the days ahead embrace you like the softest fluff. Forever warm, forever gentle.
Now, let's turn to the next page.
Oh God.
A page that exists because of you.
I'm drowning.
Is this a meeting ordained by fate? Or a long overdue reunion?
And the story is done. Am I doing a reference here with Alicia and Ride in May or no?
Is he doing a reference?
Well, sorry, I'll get explored later. Hey, let's see here. Let's see where Kevin went. Is he still chilling on the docks? Nah. Oh, you're flying.
I really want to know what's beyond the sea, but I can't sail and I can't swim. I heard that there's a sea-splitting prayer. Rending my form, setting free.
Most of those paths are just sending us back to the moment the Flame River died, but man, did they finally figure out non-linear storytelling. They still did a lot of tell and not show, but... Stand at the dock watching a lone sail sway on the distant horizon, the waves shivering under the soft, frozen flow of time. Indeed, time seems to pass very slowly in Aedes Elysiae. Remember hearing about Aedes Elysiae for the first time from Lygus' tale, and then you awaken from the light of Aranova. Find yourself in this peaceful village. Everything's exactly as you remembered. Can't quite tell where you are, so you take a moment by the sea to gather your thoughts. Behind the sacrament corridor stands a great tree, beneath which lies a magical maze, home to the fairies. You remember the little pink puppy who once journeyed with you. With its blessing, your future days are sure to be as soft and warm as velvet. If Emma were still around, she would have gotten along famously with the fairies, wouldn't she? How much are everybody in the gradual incline quality going down the drain next patch? You son of a bitch. I mean, I don't expect, Oh, what? My old friend. But you'd expect to run into old Bartholos here of all places. Whoa there, judging by the look, you're probably thinking, am I seriously seeing a ghost right now? Well, whether or not you are, I can say with full confidence that based on my highly meticulous deduction, I am at this exact moment a ghostly figment conjured by your own subconscious. Don't get it twisted.
First, I am the one and only real Bartholos. Second, the real Bartholos truly wouldn't be in Ides Elysiae right now. Normally. This thing is a little miracle to see old Bartholos here. He'll start seeing a lot more of us anyway. Catch you later, old friend. I left a few more surprises for you out there, so keep your eyes peeled. Damn, that was the best one.
Don't forget to let your friends in on the action.
There's your very gradual incline in quality is going down the drain next patch. I don't think it's going to go down the drain. I do think it's going to go down. Because put it this way, from 3.0 to now, 3.0 to like 3.3 is all building up to the eventual reveal of 3.4. So naturally things are going to go down again until eventually when we have to tango with Iron Tomb, probably. It's, you know, it's a natural story order, I'd say. A bunch of build up, and then I need to go ahead and build up again. It's normal. That being said, though, there'll probably be 2 events.
Seek, and you will find.
Because this game hates events now. Oh god, it's one of these again. This game hates player retention. Why do our players keep leaving? Just needs the right moment to ring. It doesn't feel like ringing right now. Looks like there's quite a few things to do here. But that'll be done at a different point in time. Damn you, sandbags.
Don't forget to let your friends in on the action.
Well, I guess Mr. Kevin is nowhere to be seen. Actually, wait, I think I know where he might be. Is his NPC still patrolling this floor? No. Maybe there'll be a fishing minigame here. Who knows? Oh, we weren't able to explore the Remembrance Maze at all. We just kind of got here, talked to an old person, and then we had to dip. Wow, look at all these memes. Yeah, we pretty much talked to them and dipped. Fairies! The grooving memes. You know what this really reminds me of? It reminds me of the Nopon. Like the big tree of the Nopon living in Xenoblade 1. Yes, I'm also reminding myself about Xenoblade again. Don't. I know. Xenoblade will never be finished. It will. All things come back. I found a harp.
Yippee! Harp! Wait, what? Okay, I don't know what that noise was. I'm getting out of here. But yeah, an 8-hour patch and the hand-to-chest pose was done 103 times. If it went on for about as long as 3.2, it might have... It might have gone to like 170. Because dear God. That was so many times. That was ridiculous. Oh, like another harp. Yeah. I think another thing I needed... I know I keep bringing this up, but like... I had to turn the settings down for this game when I stream, so I am not used to seeing this many like NPCs moving around just like on my screen. I have them like... Because on my old PC, I had to have them like at like a low render distance, so anytime I was just walking around, they would just like pop up. Just so my game would keep at a decent frame rate. It's depressing, really. This game can load at a surprising amount of NPCs on max, and I really get jump scared. Alright, I think that'll do for now. We did finish 3.4, and I guess all other stuff will just, I guess all the stuff here would, I'll just like do it in my own time. Also, I'm not sure if you're here when I made this observation, but Cyrene's whole attire is basically just a pink and purple Clara. Even down to the big coat and the white dress. You're welcome. But yeah. Let's say the story was about as good as 3.3. I'd say it was about as good as 3.3. Not really gonna say if it was slightly better, slightly worse. I think that was kind of dependent on time. Maybe just like look over the story again. I don't know. So that's the stories I have. My thoughts on the story was the first time in a long time with this game. I didn't have to reach its straws to say I enjoyed it. I did enjoy 3.3 story though. So for me, it's not a first time in a long time. It's more like, okay, the next patch was also good. Also, I'm a sucker for delaying the inevitable to the point of endless suffering via time loops. Hey man, I love that too. I love Steins Gate. Although hopefully this time the ending won't be as bittersweet or depressing. We'll have to wait and see. Alright, let's see here. Steins Gate visual novel stream when? Probably never. Not to get your hopes up, but probably never. I don't really have a desire to read the visual novel. I felt that what I got from the anime was good enough. Did not need more. Anyway, let's see who's streaming right now. Who's streaming I can raid. I've been seeing like a lot of Uma Musume lately. I think it's because I got a Steam client. Not Steam client, it's just on Steam now. Which, yeah, we're probably going to be seeing a lot more of that in the future. Just gacha games is making their way onto Steam and definitely expose themselves to the Western audience better. Steamers is also when it finally went global. Yeah, that's big too. The simultaneous launch. Yeah, we'll just, call myself an Uma OG. You know, I had no idea Uma Musume was even, like, based off of, like, a mobile game. I just knew that I got, like, an anime back in, like, the mid-2010s. And I'm just like, wow, horse racing and, yeah, horse racing, horse anime girls and idol shit. They're really, like, checking all the boxes for stuff that people would like. It's a nutty concept. But hey, people ate that shit up. So who am I to complain? Alright, I'll just raid into CY Sai. He's currently trying to get his Metra to Masters. Which I'm not sure how entertaining that is. Well, because it's Metara, it's like a zoner character. I know Sai will definitely make it like way more entertaining. So I'll just raid into him. This is one of those hellhole friends with infinite brain rot like Project Moon. Does it supposed to have brain rot? I don't know. Anyway, that'll do it all for me. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you watched it live or through VOD, your viewership is always appreciated. And if you want to see more feature, check me out on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, or Blue Sky, all at Firo McNosky. That's all for me. Have a good morning, day, evening, or night. Be to each other, and be to yourselves. Peace out.